All right, so that is basically what rat hole mining is, and this is a process that began on Monday evening, as the rescue efforts to reach the 41 workers who were trapped inside of the Silkyara tunnel had entered into the 16th day. Now, at least about 6 rat hole miners arrived from Delhi and Jhansi to enter into the tunnels and then dig manually, and it is they who managed to get this breakthrough. And despite the fact that we were using some of the most high-tech machinery from around the world, the high-tech machines failed. And it is the labor-intensive manual labor of these rat hole miners which managed to get us this big breakthrough at this moment, where we now have a conduit through which the miners can, of course, be pulled out. The trapped workers were behind about 60 meters of debris, and the rescuers were a few meters away, but they've done a tremendous job in terms of getting through to the other side, and they've now managed to, of course, create this conduit through which the workers can, of course, be brought out. So a total of 86 meters had been drilled, and pipes that are said to be about 90 centimeters in their diameter have been breached through the collapsed debris. And this of course is a pivotal moment, and my colleague Idris alone is still with us. Idris, this of course is a big moment. Information that has just come in that we can expect the first of these trapped miners could be brought out by sometime like 5 p.m. in another 45 minutes from now.
Well, absolutely, Salah, that is exactly what we are told, that it will be a slow process because they'll be taken out one by one, and it might take a couple of hours as the numbers are high. There are 41 people who are trapped inside, and they'll be brought slowly out from the site where they are trapped right now to outside. And that is one of the reasons that the government agencies are saying that it can take some more time, as they'll be taking out these workers one by one. The tunnel that has been made for the rescue is also not extremely huge, and that's one of the reasons that the process of taking them out will be extremely slow. But what we are expecting is that the first person that will be taken out from the tunnel would be very soon, could be within an hour. The whole project now has been handed over to the Army and the NDRF, which are majorly looking at the rescue of these people who are trapped. The main part of drilling and reaching to the site where all these workers are trapped has been completed. That is what we have been told, and the process of taking them out will just begin in some time. We've also been told that all the workers will be taken out by each, but it might take a little more time because the space that has been created to reach out to these workers is not huge. So, and 41 workers is a huge number as well. That is one of the reasons that is the whole process of taking out all these workers would take around 3 to 4 hours.
Absolutely, indeed. Idris, do continue to stay on with us. This, of course, is the big breaking story that we are tracking on WION at this moment. We're just moments away from witnessing the very first of the workers being brought out. We expect this to happen in the next 45 minutes. And as my colleague Idris, of course, pointed out, that certain mock drills in order to get the workers out are also being conducted. And we're given to understand that the very first of the workers could be brought out by 5 p.m. Indian Standard Time. That's roughly another 45 minutes from now. Now, this has been a 17-day-long nightmare that started when these workers, of course, got trapped. One hopes that this, of course, can end today in the next few hours. But what has been happening in the last couple of hours, ever since 1:10 p.m., because that is when the rescue team managed to achieve their big breakthrough of having gotten to the other side, where the rat hole miners managed to break through and get this pipe welded and fitted onto the other side. And this of course has been a crucial last link, because remember, we've been for over a week very close in getting these trapped workers out, but every time there was some complication or the other that had always cropped up. But one of course expects that this time around we will clearly manage to get the workers out, because what effectively has happened is that the 90 centimeter diameter pipe has of course been breached, and these are live images from inside of the tunnel where everything is on standby. The health workers, the doctors are also on standby, the ambulances are on standby, and one of course expects that this will go on pretty smoothly. The trapped workers have been supplied with oxygen, water and food, but it is only in the last 7 days that the workers were provided with hot cooked meals. What was given to them was khichdi, which the rescue workers managed to get through to them using that 6-inch pipe that was of course drilled. And now of course is the big moment in terms of getting the workers out. But what is important is of course to keep calm and to be patient, and these workers could be brought out one by one. All of eyes of course are on the heroes of the moment. At this moment, the rat hole miners have been working for the last several hours in manually clearing out the remaining meters of the debris and reaching through to the trapped workers. And this of course is a crucial moment. Now remember, this is what awaits the workers as soon as they are out. The beds are ready, the doctors are also on standby, and once the workers are out, they will of course have access to food and water as normal. But remember, they've been trapped inside for the last 17 days, and therefore there could be some issues in terms of how they would of course react once they're out. But everyone, including their family members, are jubilant. There are also these helicopters that are on standby just in case these trapped workers need to be airlifted out of this place to a health facility that is far away. So this is what the scene looks like in this area, where including some of the family members are also waiting with bated breath in terms of how things will of course play out.
अगर ज़रूरत पड़ती है किसी चीज़ की, अगर मेडिकल मदद की किसी तरह की ज़रूरत पड़ती है तो वो उनको तुरंत वहीं पर मुहैया की जाए, क्योंकि 17 दिन से लोग फंसे हुए हैं, अलग अलग परिस्थितियों में वो रहे हैं, वो परिस्थितियाँ जिसका बाहर बैठकर हम आकलन भी नहीं कर सकते। तो उनको कई तरीके की ऐसी दिक्कतें भी हो सकती हैं जिनको डॉक्टर्स अच्छी तरह से समझ सकते हैं। इसके साथ ही जो मनोचिकित्सक यहाँ पर तैनात हैं, डॉक्टर्स की टीम का हिस्सा हैं, वो भी लगातार बात करते रहे हैं, तो उनको भी एक बेहतर अंदाज़ा होगा कि किस तरह की चीज़ें जो हैं वहाँ पर यहाँ से बाहर निकलते ही लोगों को चाहिए होंगी। तो उन तमाम चीज़ों का ध्यान रखा गया है, और ये तस्वीरें भी उसी बात को बताती हैं कि किस तरह से अंदर सब कुछ उस अलर्ट मोड में ही है कि एक बार लोग बाहर आना शुरू होते हैं तो उसके बाद उनको और किसी तरह की तकलीफ जो है वो ना हो। इन तमाम चीज़ों का ध्यान यहाँ पर रखा जा रहा है, और इसके बाद जब एक बार डॉक्टर्स से मॉनिटरिंग हो जाएगी उसके बाद सभी को यहाँ से अस्पताल ले जाया जाएगा। जो अस्पताल यहाँ पर प्राथमिक अस्पताल तैयार किया गया है, करीब 1 घंटे की दूरी है यहाँ से, ग्रीन कॉरिडोर दिया जाएगा एम्बुलेंस को यहाँ से निकलने का, जिससे बिना किसी रुकावट के, बिना किसी व्यवधान के सभी एम्बुलेंस जो है वो चिनक्यारी सोड तक पहुँच जाए, उस अस्पताल तक पहुँच जाए जहाँ पर सभी सुविधाएं जो हैं, सभी इंतज़ाम जो हैं वो तैयार रखे गए हैं। और यहाँ पर जो अस्थायी अस्पताल पहले भी तैयार किया गया था, उसके साथ भी इसी तरह की सुविधाएं जो हैं हमने देखी थी कि हर बेड के साथ ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर है, इसके साथ पल्स मॉनिटर है, बीपी की मशीन है, वो तमाम चीज़ें यहाँ इकट्ठा की गई। और जब एम्बुलेंस यहाँ पर आकर लगी थी तो उसके बाद हमने देखा कि एम्बुलेंस में भी इसी तरह के मेडिकल इक्विपमेंट्स जो हैं वो रखे जा रहे थे, जिनका इस्तेमाल अब अंदर किया जाएगा। अंदर ही, टनल के अंदर ही उस सामान को उतारा गया था। तो अब देखना होगा कि जब एक बार लोग बाहर निकल कर आते हैं, डॉक्टर्स उनसे बात करते हैं, किसको किस तरह की ज़रूरत पड़ती है, उसके आधार पर फैसला लिया जाएगा, और उसके बाद सभी को एक प्रोटोकॉल के तहत डॉक्टर्स की मॉनिटरिंग में ही रखा जाएगा। तो अभी इस रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन का हम कह सकते हैं कि सबसे अहम चरण जो है वो चल रहा है, लोगों को सुरक्षित उस 800 mm के पाइप से बाहर लेकर आना, जिसमें NDRF और SDRF पूरी तरह से प्रशिक्षित हैं, वो इस काम में माहिर हैं, उनको पता है कि इस काम को कैसे करना है। उसके लिए मॉक ड्रिल भी जो है वो कर ली गई है, और अब लोगों को निकालने का काम जो है वो एक एक करके किया जाएगा। 41 लोग हैं, इसलिए समय जो है वो लंबा लगेगा, लेकिन वो इंतज़ार किसी के लिए भी आज भारी नहीं होने वाला है, क्योंकि 17 दिन से ये जो इंतज़ार बना हुआ था, लोगों की उम्मीदें जो लगी हुई थी कि जल्द से जल्द ये रेस्क्यू रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन खत्म हो। आज वो सब कारगर साबित होने वाला है, आज वो सब सफल साबित होने वाला है और बस अब इंतज़ार इस बात का है कि वो तस्वीरें भी हम आप तक पहुंचा सकें जब हम उन सभी 41 मजदूरों को मलबे के उस पार से इस पार आते हुए सकुशल देख सकें और वो यहाँ से अपने लोगों के बीच में सुरक्षित पहुँच जाएं। यही इस रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन का सबसे आखिरी और सफल चरण होगा, जिसके लिए पिछले 17 दिन से यहाँ पर लगातार टीमें काम कर रही हैं। अलग अलग धड़ों के लोग यहाँ पर इकट्ठे हैं, अलग अलग एजेंसीज, अलग अलग एक्सपर्ट्स यहाँ पर इकट्ठे हैं। सब इसी लक्ष्य के साथ काम कर रहे हैं कि जल्द से जल्द इन लोगों को बाहर निकाला जाए। कई सारे व्यवधानों का सामना करते हुए, कई सारी चुनौतियों का सामना करते हुए रेस्क्यू टीम आज इस पड़ाव पर पहुंची है।
All right, so that is our colleague from our sister channel Z News there, who is of course reporting live from the ground right in front of the tunnel. Anjali there getting us the latest in terms of what is of course expected to happen. As she was saying, that we expect that the workers will be brought out in of course the next 40 odd minutes from now, and the rescue teams are carrying out drills just to see that everything will work smoothly once the process of pulling the workers out one by one of course begins. The manner in which the workers will be brought out of this 90 centimeter diameter conduit that has now been laid down for them is that each of the workers is expected to lie down on a stretcher, which will then be pulled by workers using ropes, and this entire process for the 41 workers is expected to last anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. So once the work begins, once the rescue work of course begins in terms of getting the workers out, we expect the very first of the workers to be brought out by 5 p.m. So one hopes that by 8 or perhaps 9 p.m. this evening, the long wait of getting the workers out will end, the operation will end, and everyone will be brought out safe. And just in case any of the workers is in poor health and needs to be airlifted, the Indian Air Force has also stationed its Chinook, which will of course be used in getting the workers out in case they need to be airlifted and taken to a different medical facility. But what is being said is that no one at this moment, it appears, needs that kind of a medical assistance, because all of the workers that people have spoken with, the rescue workers are in constant touch, they are interacting with the workers. All of the workers, it appears, are in good health, and therefore they may not require that kind of medical assistance. So these are live images that we are getting to you from Uttarkashi in India, and we expect the rescue work to begin in another 60 minutes from now. But the big update is that the rescue teams have managed to breach through the collapsed debris, and now there is a clear conduit through which the workers can of course be pulled out. We'll continue tracking this big breaking story